Hey viewers, welcome to another Games Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing another IEM Kiev match, namely Moscow 5 versus Team Sypher. And I'm probably going to only remember one of the names, namely Moscow 5, because that's an easy name. Sypher actually has their name written all the way here, so I will remember it. Anyway, Moscow 5 is playing in blue, Sypher is playing in purple. And I must say I really like the new colorblind method, or well, thingy, because now I don't have to distinguish between blue green and purple blue. Red green, of course. So this way it is just blue versus purple, and that is way easier. So we see Team Sypher trying to come in here, and they are spotted obviously by these two guys waiting in the tri-bush. They had to be there really quickly to make sure that they actually caught up. And I don't know what this Gangplank is doing here, but he did see the enemy team. The enemy team doesn't seem to have spotted him. Yeah, he runs out with no problems, but that was really risky. I don't know if he placed a ward. No, he didn't place a ward anywhere, so I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Yeah, he may just go for the blue buff here, so the enemy blue buff. And in the meantime, we see Shivana, who is the jungler for Moscow 5, starting off with raids into red. And Lee Sin is starting off with red as well, only he is not as quick. And yeah, we see indeed the Gangplank go for the enemy blue, which is risky to say the least, but apparently he knows that the enemy was at red, so no problems there. And he is going to recall, teleport into his top lane, and he did miss quite a lot of minions there. I think he missed something like 4 minions for that. So I'm not actually sure whether it's worth it in gold, but it's definitely worth it in the rest of the game, because with the blue buff he is able to spam his Q all he wants. Yeah, unless he gets ganked here, obviously. Oh, nice flash, making him get out of that. So with no CC it's going to be hard to kill either of these, because they're both very mobile. But oh, Shivana almost making the correct decision there. Almost waiting in that tri-bush to get the Lee Sin, but decides not to do that. And yeah, now with Riven was there as well, so it might have happened in the same way that she couldn't really do anything. But it seemed like a good choice at the time, especially if Gangplank would have followed there as well. But Gangplank was obviously still in lane, and yeah, Riven was there as well. So on the other hand, think the call she made was better than my call. Yeah, don't think she could have killed the Lee Sin there with Riven there. Obviously, without Riven, it would have been less of a problem. Yeah, well, they are going to kill the double columns here. I'm not sure why Riven was there. Lee Sin seemed to be okay, and someone pinging the red on, well, someone on the blue team pinging the red of the purple team. And that is interesting to say the least. So they may be going for a ward over there, because they know that the red will come up in about a minute. And with the ward there, you may be able to catch the jungler while he's doing that. Anyway, we see Shivana just again in the jungle, and we have an AD cannon here. I noticed that previously, but didn't actually make the connection that they would actually go for AD Cannon. Because nobody plays AD Cannon. But yeah, well, Cannon is really strong in top lane, so why not in bottom lane? On the other hand, he doesn't play AP here, he does play AD. And we'll have to see how that works out. So far, Moscow 5 is ahead by about 600 gold. Even though there are no kills, which just means that they are better at last hitting. In general, doesn't mean that they're winning every lane. Mid lane is definitely going to Sypher with 29 to 36. The top lane is 30 to 13. So yeah, Gangplank is definitely winning that because of his blue buff mainly. Yeah, normally it's kind of a toss-up between the two. I've seen both of them win. But it's based on skill level and the amount of ganks, I guess. But in this case, because Gangplank started off with blue, it is virtually impossible for Riven to win that lane. And we see Morgana actually standing around just to help the Lee Sin. That was really nice of her. Unfortunately, you cannot kill the ward there, Sona. So there is a ward in the tri-bush for both of them. Don't know why the blue team would ward that part. Maybe because they get pushed back here all the time, and they're afraid that the jungler will come in through their jungle and gank them from the tri-bush instead of from the normal route through the river. And yeah, as long as people think that there's a ward in the river and not in the tri-bush, yeah, there is no reason to put a ward actually in the river, because that only goes for these high-level games, obviously. Because in these high-level games, people will try to avoid the wards in solo queue and even the lower-level team games. People will not try to avoid the wards; they will just run through the river anyway, and yeah, you will have to have a ward in the river to prevent the ganks. And we see Shyvana stealing the red buff there. Yeah, she has her ultimate to get out of that. And the ultimate is not really worth a whole lot, so yeah, why not use it to escape? Yeah, Shyvana's ultimate is up virtually all the time because she gets her ultimate back from hitting minions, and that's all she does in the jungle. So as long as she hits enough minions, she will get her fury up quickly enough. And obviously after that ultimate it is back to 0, so she will have to do some work to get it back. But as you can see in the left part of the screen, it's charging up pretty rapidly. It should not be a problem. And as soon as she has it back up, she can go for a gank again. It's not necessary to go for a gank, but yeah, it is nice to have because it amplifies all of your skills, and yeah, that is nice to have. So how is Cannon doing? It's 58 versus 45, so yeah, he's doing okay, I guess. And top lane is getting ganked here. First blood. Nice gank combination there from the jungler and the mid laner, both of them coming in. And who was that? That was Lee Sin getting out of that. But apparently using his flash to do so because, well, the AoE on the Cannon ultimate is quite large. So they are going for Dragon here. Or, well, the purple team is going for Dragon, but they're one player behind, at least, well, not really behind anymore, because Riven did respawn, but Riven is still near their base and not really near the Dragon. So they cannot risk it, and in the end, they cannot finish the Dragon. Yeah. All in all, the blue team will now have to get rid of the ward at Dragon before they can actually do Dragon. It seems they already did that. Yeah, all of the pictures of the champions are overlaid on the exact spot where the ward was, but it seems on the minimap that they have a ward there and the purple team does not. Another flash there for no good reason in this case by the bottom lane, meaning that Cannon is indeed proving to be a very good choice here in the bottom lane. I don't know why Vayne is recalling. Not sure. Yeah, I cannot see the amount of gold she has, obviously, but it doesn't seem to be the correct time. So Vayne and Janna. Janna, although she's a really good support, doesn't really work too well with other against some champions, I should say. She works well with every champion, or just about every champion, but that depends on the play level, and I'm assuming these guys are really good at their champions. But yeah, now we saw that the purple team now placed pink ward at Dragon, which is a big deal, obviously. And I think Cannon has his ultimate back up, so there is going to be a kill here pretty soon. And yeah, there's the ultimate going down, and there is the kill. So call that. Yeah, no, that was kind of obvious. They have too many stuns for the enemy team to handle. And especially Cannon, he can produce like 3 stuns in these kind of fights, assuming he lands all of his skills, and he lands his complete ultimate. Yeah, well, that was good enough to get a kill. Obviously, they used 2 ultimates to do that. But I don't think that the purple team can do anything against them getting this dragon, especially since Vayne is really low, and yeah, Morgana is trying to harass, but yeah, Cannon is coming in to poke a little bit, and it seems their entire team is here, so it's a 5 versus 2 situation or something like that. Yeah, the blue team did get a dragon there. And Morgana might actually be killed here. I'm assuming she is going to get killed. Yep, there we go. Wow, getting 3 kills here. And Lee Sin is definitely dying as well. Oh wow, that's 5 kills. So yeah, this is I'm blaming this on the AD Cannon, because he is at 100 to 50 minions, which means he completely dominated this lane. He's also 3-0. Ryze is 2-0, but yeah, he kind of lost some minions there. He's about 10 minions behind on Morgana. But yeah, Morgana is going to shine late game if they get there. Because if she can get a good ultimate off on the whole enemy team, she's going to do a lot of damage to them. And they might actually be able to, to get a nice, ace out of that, or at least a couple of kills. But on the other hand, yeah, Cannon has the same AoE capability. They do have plenty of stuns to interrupt the Morgana ultimate, so unless she has the Hourglass, which I'm assuming she's building now with her needlessly large rod, unless she has that, it's going to be hard for them to keep the Morgana alive. And yeah, well, the problem with the Hourglass is that you don't get to run after the your targets, basically. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Janna pick was made after the Cannon pick. I'm not actually sure. I will have to look that up. It's 7-0, by the way. That is amazing. Yeah, 6k gold difference, almost 7k. This Moscow team is just amazing, this tournament. Anyway, yeah, the Vayne with Janna would have definitely not been picked if they knew that Cannon was going to be the bottom laner. So I assume they didn't get to pick the last one, the last champion, and picked Riven against Cannon or something like that. And then even if Gangplank was already picked, he could have gone jungle. So anyway, it seems that they messed up in the picks here, and they're paying the price for it. Obviously this Moscow team is really good at teamwork. They've practiced a lot of these situations already, and they are doing really, really well this tournament. Anyhow, Shyvana, not the best jungler, but she has been doing her part. She has 1 kill, 2 assists, and she is a really fast jungler, so I guess she is out jungling the... oh, nice gank there. She's out jungling the Lee Sin by about, 100%, because he has about half her minions. And although in the jungle it's not about the minions, it's mainly about the big minions. They give way more gold than the small ones. So a little bit of counter jungling, although it doesn't give you as much minions, it does give you more gold. And wow. Oh, okay, he used his ultimate there to get the kill. I'm not sure why we didn't see that, because we're focusing on a free farming Gangplank here, while bottom lane got a kill. So I'm not actually sure why that is, why we would be looking at someone killing minions when there are fights going off on the other side of the map. But anyway, we didn't even see that bottom lane apparently lost his turret already. And top lane is now going to get into a little bit of trouble, but Riven is not strong enough to handle this Gangplank anymore, because Gangplank is currently level 11, where she's level 10, and Gangplank has way more minions, or should have way more minions. 150 versus 84. That is a big difference. 70 minion difference, that is huge, considering that every minion is about 25 gold. And it seems that Moscow 5 is now going for Baron, and I'm not even sure if there's a ward here, so if they saw anything. The purple team did notice, so they are going to try to harass that. Almost getting stolen by the tornado there, but I'm assuming the smite was still up. Didn't actually see, but it seems that the smite was still up for Shyvana, making it possible to, just do the Baron anyway. Unless the jungler was coming in, they would have no trouble, and even with the jungler coming in, I'm assuming Shyvana is higher level at this point. Oh yeah, it's level 11 to level 7 in the jungle. So that means that the smite from Shyvana is a lot better than the smite from Lee Sin. And therefore there was no real risk in getting that. Oh wow, getting killed by Gangplank here. Although he came in for a gank, the Lee Sin, he's completely getting dominated by the Gangplank. And Gangplank is just going to run out, it seems. Yep, using the flash to get out, but it's going to take all 5 of them to actually do something here. And wow. There goes the Morgana ultimates, and unfortunately there were 2 stuns ready for her, and she didn't get to complete it, so she died in the process. Although she did have Hourglass up, so I'm not sure why she didn't use it. Maybe she wasn't quick enough, because everyone No, well, she was still running, so she did have time to press it. And it is kind of sad to see that it's 10-1 now, and I'm thinking that it's going to stay at this 1 kill unless someone gets caught again, and they need 5 or 4 or 5 people to kill 1 champion at this point. So yeah, I think this match is obviously over, but I think this is going to be the score. The score for the Sypher team is going to be 1 kill in the end. And although that's not the worst score we've ever seen, because there has been a game from CLG where they only scored 0 kills against another team. I forgot which team that was, but they got 0 kills in the entire game. And yeah, at least Sypher has won now. Anyway, yeah, 14k gold ahead, 15. That is not going to be, well, be better at any time. They're not going to be able to, yeah, to come back from this. And oh, Gangplank, dude, are you going to see it? Yes, he is going to see it in the end, but it was a little bit too late, and they might still get 2 kills here because the rest of the team is here as well. And oh wow, that damage from Rise, man! Wow, incredible amount of damage, and they get 3 kills out of that because the enemy team forgot to retreat properly, and well, obviously the rest of the team then came from the back, so they couldn't really help that. But oh man, that amount of damage from Rise, that is incredible. And yeah, you can really see this team has practiced everything, and they are just great at the teamwork, and that's all that you need in this game, really. If you have good players, then the only difference that is going to matter is going to be the amount of teamwork you can get going. And obviously this is the end. They're going to kill both Nexus turrets, they're going to kill the Nexus, and they're going to be done with this game. So a really quick game, 23 minutes, and yeah, well, still enjoyable, I would say. It's a bit of a stomp fest, which I don't really like, but the fact that they did it by using so many teamwork well, situations, that was just incredible. So, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. GG.